Here Come the Locusts, written by Catherine Follett. Focus question: what are locusts and how do they affect people and the
environment?
Words to know: conditions, pioneers, drought, plague, famine, quiet, instruments, swarms, locusts, connections, writing. Pretend you are living in the Great Plains of the United States in 1874. Use details from the book to write a journal entry describing the day locusts arrived. Science and art. Draw a diagram of the life cycle of a locust. Then write a paragraph explaining your life cycle. Table of continents. Flying plague. Locusts throughout history. A flying mystery. A strange change. Changing to life. Controlling locusts glossary. A flying plague. It's been dry for weeks on the prairie. The corn is turning brown. It needs rain. A cloud appears in the distance. At first, the farmers are hopeful, but they soon realize that something is very wrong. The skies turn brown. Then there is a sound like hail flying on the roof. It's insects, millions of them, landing on every surface. They chew away the corn, the grass, and the trees. And the gardens, they even eat the clothes hanging on the line. Millions of jaws make the sound like a grass fire. Then, just as suddenly, the cloud rises and disappears. The farmers have lost everything. They have just lived through a plague. Of locusts. Locusts throughout history. All through history, people feared swarms of locusts. Millions of these large, colorful grasshoppers seemed to appear out of nowhere. They ate every plant in sight. They ate farmers' crops. They ate grass, leaving other animals with no food. If the swarm was large enough, it could cause a famine. Many ancient and religious texts talk about plagues of locusts. The swarms were often seen as a warning or punishment. When
Pioneers
in the United States came west in the 1800s. Swarms of locusts destroyed their crops. In 1874, locusts covered the Great Plains. They ate over 5 million square kilometers, 2 million square miles of crops. The wool from live sheep and clothing of people bags. They even got into kitchen cupboards and ate everything inside. So many got squashed on the road and train rails that it became too slippery to travel. The locusts destroyed millions of dollars worth of crops. Many families had to leave their new farms. A flying mystery. One of the scariest things about locusts was that no one knew where they come from. During quiet years, there were no swarms or even a single locust. Then suddenly, millions appeared without warning. Female locusts laid eggs in the soil. Then the swarm moved on. The next year, everything was quiet again. No new locusts came from the eggs. Where did they go? When would they come back? Why? Early in the
20th
century, scientists began to look into the mystery of science. A scientist named Ross Varro studied the desert locust, a very harmful species in the Middle East. His experience changed everything we know about locusts. A strange change.
Uvarov
found that desert locust eggs did not hatch into baby locusts. Instead, they became short-horned grasshoppers. They were smaller and duller in color than their locust parents. They also acted quite differently. Then did not form swarms that flew from place to place. Short-horned grasshoppers live alone. They avoid other grasshoppers. Each grasshopper stayed in one small area. They never caused much damage. So, where did locusts come from?
Uvarov
did more experiments when he forced the short-horned grasshoppers to live close together. Something shocking happened. If grasshoppers kept bumping into their neighborhoods, they changed color instead of avoiding each other. They joined a group. Together, the grasshopper formed swarm at all once. They took to the air. The harmless grasshopper had become locust. Changing to live.
Uvarov
showed that some animals can change deep depending on the conditions around them. The change helps them live during a drought. The grasshopper's food supply shrinks. The grasshopper follow their food. All the grasshopper in an area end up crowded together in one spot, such as a wetland. When things get too crowded, certain types of grasshoppers change into locusts. Oh. Together, they fly off in search of more food. When land in one place, eat everything, and then move on. Changing the locust helps these grasshoppers get through the drought. Controlling locusts. Locusts can still hurt farmers today. Swarms are usually found in dry areas such as North America, the Middle East, and Australia. However, Ovaro discovery changed how people fight locusts. Before, people tried to stop swarms by spraying poison over a wide area. The poison harmed other living things, including helpful insects such as bees. Other farmers burned their crops. The fires destroyed the swarm, but also the crops. Sometimes the farmer efforts were still not enough. Today, people keep a close eye on grasshoppers. They watch the weather and notice when a drought begins. Weather instruments can spot swarms while they are still small. Farmers can apply little bits of poison to small areas. The small poison prevents large swarms from forming. It can save millions of dollars worth of crops. Locusts rarely cause famine anymore. The better we understand these insects, the better we can live with them.
Good job.
Con tắt chưa? Con tắt đi.
Hả?
Con tắt đi.
Tắt gì nhé?
Con tắt đi